This decision is taking time. There are a lot of factors at play, a lot of unknowns, but a lot of important things that we need to know first before we make the decision to purchase this.
We're Brittany and Drew, two hopeful adventurers who got married, moved into a van, and have been chasing adventures all around the globe ever since, and are now searching for a place to call home here in Portugal.
Subscribe and join the ride.
Bem-vindo, or welcome back to our second 3-month property scouting trip here in Portugal, where our search has spanned from the central part of the country.
We're currently in what we like to call the manor house,
all the way back down to the southern coast in the Algarve, where in today's episode, we'll be returning to the very first property we ever saw.
That's what makes this such a complex property to sell, because there are so many questions.
Yeah.
It is an absolute adventure. I cannot deny it.
I can't.
You've spent so much time on this, Ralph. It's unbelievable.
Incredible.
Yeah, but the watermill is still in your mind.
Yes, it's very seriously in our mind.
Brittany was talking to her father a lot about it.
It's just that I feel that I know we are supposed to be the ones to help the watermill become what it's supposed to be, and it will also help us become who we are supposed to be.
Yeah.
I'm liking this a lot more than I thought that I was. It would be a lot of work, but that's something that we're looking for. Could you imagine transforming this place?
Fast forward to now, summer of 2022. We weren't planning on revisiting the watermill since it used up so much of our brain power our last property scouting trip, and we sort of thought we had made our decision there. Well, with Portugal being in the worst drought since drought records began, and literally the driest it has ever been in 1,000 years, we couldn't help but be curious to see if there would still be water flowing at our beloved watermill. You guys remember this place? The very first property that we saw here in Portugal. The famous watermill.
What a great first property to start with. I still love it so much.
Ultimately, this is a unpermitted rustic dwelling, even though it's on a urban section of the 3/4 acre that's existing here. It would need a lot of approvals to be made habitable and actually get proper approval and license if we finished it up and did it right.
Are you saying that you would still buy it? Because I'm okay with that. I seriously am.
It's certainly your dream property.
It's so beautiful, and there's little purple flowers everywhere. It's so magical.
I just know that it takes a lot of bureaucracy to get beyond, a lot of approvals, and some deep pockets.
That's definitely something that we've learned over the past year of looking at properties, It's just gonna take a lot of time and a lot of unknowns, but maybe sometimes you just bite the bullet and do what it takes, and however long that is. I don't know.
Well, maybe if we got a bunch of you guys to join us on Patreon, we could somehow pull this together and pull this off.
Yes, thank you to those of you who have chosen to support us on Patreon. It really means so much. And
so much.
Are we meant to be here? Because I haven't found anything more promising than this, and we've looked at a lot of properties. Watermill, watermill, watermill.
Do you see what I see right now?
Water?
There's still a little bit trickling through the stream. Even in the midst of what's supposed to be one of the worst droughts in Portugal's history, there's still water coming down this brook.
We've still never shown you guys the inside of our beloved watermill, just in case somehow we decide to purchase it. I'm still not sure I'm willing to show the inside yet.
You're still clinging on to hope.
I'm still hoping.
There's still hope.
Is there? There's always hope.
I just like saying that phrase. There's still hope.
There's so many beautiful butterflies and dragonflies.
Do you smell the mint?
Yeah. It's wonderful. I wish that you didn't have to have permission to live in a house.
Looks like I got life again. it is again. We'll see you next time.
Always love you, Watermill.
Here's one idea I had, Ralph, and maybe you can help us with this. It's a physical thing. I would love to drive our camper down that road and park it at the Watermill, but I'm afraid that if we do that and have nobody else around, what if we are sliding too much trying to come back up?
I'll bring a 5-ton towing
Tow strap.
strap.
Okay, I was wondering, the other guy interested in buying the property, he passed on it.
Yeah, so it's still available. I still have a lot of interest.
That was a really promising call, and now there's some hope back again towards the Watermill. We have some direction to the week ahead. I think the chant for the Watermill needs to come back. A lot of you guys have mentioned it in the comments. Watermill, Watermill, Watermill.
Well, guys, as you might have guessed from our phone call with Ralph there, our realtor/friend who showed us our first ever property in Portugal, the Watermill that we still love, we haven't felt anything about another property like we've felt about that Watermill. It's never left our mind or our hearts, and that's got to mean something. So we're doing our due diligence, and I think whatever difficulties that are meant to be overcome with finishing this project of the Watermill, I think we're supposed to be the ones to overcome them. Right?
Yeah, we gotta have a lot of trust and belief, and
Yep.
obviously for Brittany and I, putting our finances behind it means that we're all cards on the table, all the poker chips in.
Believe in the
and
best possible outcome.
we'd be pouring a lot of time and energy into this.
A lot of love and a lot of work, which we would be sharing with you, which makes it even more exciting and meaningful. And I could only imagine how unmotivated somebody who didn't have a community to share this journey with might feel.
You guys compel, drive us, and keep pushing us along in many, many ways. Ready for this?
Are we ready for this? I don't know.
Hopefully there's no oncoming traffic.
I don't know if you can tell, but this is pretty steep. Come on, Espiritu. Oh dear.
Shifting down to first gear.
Luckily, there's no giant eucalyptus branches in the way.
Okay, stand left and coming in hard on the right. I think we're alright.
Oh, that made me so nervous.
See your face.
Go, 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 backwards. You did it.
We made it.
That's amazing.
That's incredible.
Good job, Espiritu. Right? Is that what we're naming it?
Jumper. Who wants to name it the Jumper?
Espiritu makes the most sense, in my opinion. The Portuguese version of spirit. Espiritu. Spirit number 2. Well, I don't think you can get any more on top of it than that.
Are you sure that's safe?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness. The center of gravity's there. I think it's safe.
Okay, we're in.
A lot of you have heard us talk about the land that we choose to buy has to be a place that we would park our van. Well, yes indeed, I would park my van here. It's a pretty great spot.
It's lovely here.
Table for 2, dois?
Table for 2. Don't mind if I do.
Our first dinner here.
This could
Wow.
be our home.
Embracing the adventure of a fully lived life means we are constantly adapting to change and challenges, making time to enjoy and capture moments of beauty every chance we get. So, between all our cameras and phones, it can be a lot to keep track of. For video files, we have backup drives for our backup drives. But luckily for our phones, we have QB Duo to help simplify the process of backing up our photos, videos, our music, and contacts, all while our phones are being turbocharged through this tiny little device. Best of all, there is no monthly subscription. All you need to do is download the app and then insert your micro SD card where your backup will be stored safely offline. Then you stack your QB Cube, that's kind of fun to say, right on top of your charging block and begin. The first download will probably take a while. if you have thousands of photos, but every subsequent backup after that will be much quicker. They also have excellent customer service should you need any further assistance. They're compatible with iPhones, iPads, Android, plus you can use one cube for multiple devices, and to get 10% off QB Duo's USB-C or USB Super Turbo Charging Advanced Auto Backup Cube, be sure to use our code and link below. Now, back to the Watermill. Boop. Okay, you're not gonna believe this, but there are probably 1,000 daddy long legs in here. Oh my God. You see that? Oh dear. Stay back there.
Good morning, everyone. We slept so well last night. I even told Drew I'm sleeping so well right now, I think I'm drooling. So needless to say, it was very peaceful and we felt right at home. And this morning, we're here with Ralph, our realtor friend, who has come to perhaps rescue us if we can't get our camper up and out of the road. But we've been taking a look inside. I can give you a little update, just a sneak peek, because before we make the decision 100% to purchase this or not, we don't want to give away the whole, the whole picture. But here, take a look. But since we're not ready to show you all of the inside, Drew and I are gonna go tour another watermill in the neighborhood. But this one is actually a working watermill, meaning the water still comes through and turns the wheels, apparently. That's at least what we think. So at least we can show you guys the inside of that watermill. We're not trying to tour and tease you. We're just trying to honor our process, not give away too much at once, and to be very honest with the fact that this decision is taking time. There are a lot of factors at play, a lot of unknowns, but a lot of important things that we need to know first before we make the decision to purchase this. It doesn't even feel like we have to try and feel at home here. It just feels like home. And I think that says a lot. So anyway, off to the next watermill. Let's go. And we're off, traveling uphill with Ralph as our trusted leader.
I love his new Portuguese flag on his car.
Here's the turn.
This is the challenge right here. Going wide.
Come on, Espiritu.
I think we're right.
I think we are all right.
Oh. Whoa.
That was the big drainage ditch right there, but I think we're good.
Don't say it too quickly.
Keep going, keep going.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
You spoke too soon. I need to keep my momentum. All right, we got momentum. Whoa. Hold on.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh,
Beep.
shoot.
Using Ralph's new trick. Use the handbrake. Put your foot on the clutch. There we go, we're moving. Oh.
Oh,
We need power. Might have to roll back to the curve. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Probably the hardest part about taking the road up, switchbacks and all that is you gotta keep speed and then you pop out onto the tarmac road.
Keep going.
Don't stop.
We gotta get out of here. Oh, we did it.
Oh my God.
That was not easy. We were sweating there a little bit. Watermill number 2. We just made a little pit stop at the community pool so that we could cool off. And where we are about to go now, which is a watermill, not
The watermill.
right. This is a new watermill.
I think we love watermills.
I think we love water in general.
If we can live where we can hear the water, then boom. Both of the watermills, the watermill and this one, were purchased in 2005.
And I did want to read to you this little portion in the listing that is particularly interesting. It says, one of the greatest features of this property is a spring called Nascente de Juan de Baptiste. There are records of this spring going back 300 years, and it is pure mountain water. We had it tested. It is bottleable quality, and in the summer when the mountain is quiet and dry, it still produces between 10 and 30,000 liters a day. To the mill we go.
Vamos lá. Vamos lá.
Vamos lá.
Vamos lá. Wah, wah, wah.
Well, let's go and give this mill a look. Here's driving through town. One more minute. Well, we couldn't really find the road up to the property, so we're gonna walk there.
Ah, you stabbed me.
Oh no. I do look like I did that on purpose. I'm so sorry.
Booby trapped?
Are you okay?
Just another day of camper life.
Oops.
I gotta think. So from what I'm understanding from the coordinates, the mill should be somewhere down in this valley here because the river runs right through the center of it.
Ooh, our favorite flowers. Our battery died. At least we got a backup.
And we're a little ways from the van now. I'm gonna press the button for the gate.
You may pass. At least we have real shoes on today. That's rare. I don't think anybody's been down here for quite a while. This is a chestnut tree.
Huh.
Yep.
I love how plentiful the land is around here.
Me too. It's pretty in here.
Really beautiful. It's got a nice flow.
Really? Oh, wow.
This is what the stream looked like back in the day when the water was really flowing.
If only it had a habitation license, it would give it a leg up on our other watermill.
What's so incredible about this one is that all the gears and the turbine are intact. You can see the big turbine down here. There's water going into this chasm, but because it's during a drought right now, there's no water in here. I have no idea what it'd look like come rainy season. There was an old picture in the listing where you could see water just sloshing out of here.
Amazing.
Holy smokes. Huh.
Wow. Look at that magical window. Oh, it's really stunning.
Again, those purple trumpet flowers.
Yeah.
The structure is not too bad in here. Pretty muddy and dirty, but you definitely need to replace some roofing shingles.
You definitely hear the road more here than you do at the other watermill.
Yeah, everybody's going into the turn and gaining power and hitting their motors, hitting the gas.
Oh, for small people. Oh, wow.
You can see the turbine that was below us.
The actual mill stones,
Yeah,
right?
the grinding stones, yeah. Total electrical all around. I don't know what happened. There's even remnants of fluorescent lights.
But I guess they had no habitation license, and
Yeah, I think it was something about this must have been only deemed for commercial use, and maybe when the water stopped flowing at the capabilities it once was, they stopped, and it's kind of been abandoned since.
here's the owner's story. I fell in love with this property in 2003. I'm a cabinet maker from the UK. And in the UK, I had always dreamt about building my own house, but I couldn't afford the patch of land to build it on. My friends had told me about Monchique, so I searched it on the web and it looked like a small paradise. Flicking through the properties for sale, I could see endless ruins all ready and ripe for restoration. And when I saw the mill, it was exceptional. The local rules stipulate that the mill can only be used to grind corn from September until about May. It has a commercial license only. I guess without a habitation license, what can you really do with it?
It's a tragedy that these places can't be made and restored because people definitely have the sense that they want to invest into them, make them beautiful again. These are historic structures.
Just there's a lot of rules around the ruins, and that's why you will find ruin upon ruin as you explore this beautiful country. But that's sort of what helps preserve its beauty, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I understand why a lot of expats, whether English, Dutch, American, come here and buy something that's finished because there's a lot of headaches involved with trying to find a project like that. You doing all right back there?
I'm stuck in like 3 spots.
The jungle's taking you out. You're like spinning and letting it wrap its tentacles around you.
It's so spiky.
It's the spiky devil bush.
It's not only the stems that have thorns. Look at the leaves. It's like a little Venus flytrap or a Britney trap. I don't think it wants us to go any further. Okay. Our watermill's better.
Oh, you got snagged again. Better get out of here while you're still without holes in your dress.
Run!
It is like a tropical paradise jungle in here, though. I want to make note of that. Wow.
Yeah, it is beautiful. It's pretty
Portugal's
pretty.
terrain is just something else.
Well, where do we go from here?
There's a lot on our minds. That's what I know.
We've been connecting a lot of dots when it comes to this watermill.
Yeah.
We've tried to look at other properties. We've tried to forget about it. But somehow we have been guided back here
We've been able to talk with the owner of the surrounding land.
Yeah, that was an important meeting for us, going from a conversation to a couple text messages to really sussing out and looking at the perimeter of the land so that we would know entirely what was included. It's the final frontier and piece that we need to complete our puzzle, essentially, except for some of the approvals from the permitting for building again, fixing a couple of issues that are there.
Which is why we have that meeting with the Chimera that we are very much looking forward to. Thank you very much, Aldina, for making that possible, because with some of those answers, we can make a more informed decision. Actually, it's crucial that we know some of these things before making the decision on the Watermill or not.
So many people come here and just buy properties and are sold by realtors on the dream. Yeah. But there's so much backing and approvals that are necessary if you're fixing up a ruin, if you're trying to construct something and work with an architect, an engineer, need water, electrical, septic, all the things.
And I think that the lesson to be learned from both of these watermills is like, yes, have beautiful dreams, but you just got to have a few major stones in place in order to be able to build that dream.
Yeah,
So,
there is the reality behind these ideas. It's not just a quick bam, like build your dream. Like there is back work to be done, meetings to be had.
yeah, the dream takes work, and we're willing to do that work. We have you guys to help support us, so that sort of helps make us feel strong in this situation. We know it's going to be a lot of work, but you know, living in that valley, I could be happy, and I would be happy working and building with you. So
I think it's the next best thing. We just need a couple more green lights, and maybe we can get some contracts in the works.
So anyway, do you think we'll be looking at any other properties after this?
I think we need more time in Portugal right now. We may have to reach out to Seth related to that.
Unfortunately, our visas are about to expire.
The Schengen visa, that is.
Yeah.
Which allows us to stay 90 days out of every 180 days in about 28 European countries. So if we go back to the States, get our paperwork done, come back, rejuvenated.
When he says our paperwork, he means our D7 paperwork, which would allow us to have temporary residency. After 5 years, you can have citizenship?
Correct. We could get Portuguese passwords, given that we could pass an A2 language test in Portuguese, which is basic comprehension and understanding.
We're already working towards that, and we would love to be dual citizens. We are citizens of the world, you know? It's
Why not have 2 passports?
Why not? Anyway, let's see where this goes. Step by step. Whoa.